Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Aurora online classes. Dear students, let us proceed with the same lesson, weathering. The lesson is weathering the storm in Ersama, and in my previous class, I taught you that finally Prasant was able to see his grandmother, see his maternal grandmother. He found his family safe there. Prashant was happy to see the members of his family at the Red Cross shelter. At the same time, the members of his family were also happy to see him alive. Let's go ahead from there. By the next morning, as he took in the desperate situation in the shelter, he decided to get a grip over himself. He sensed a deathly grief setting upon the 2,500 strong crowd in the shelter. There were 2,500 people, and he was sad to see the bad condition, the critical condition of the people who have taken shelter in the shade, who have taken shelter at the Red Cross, shelter. So actually, 86 lives were lost in the village. 86 people had lost their lives. All the 96 houses had been washed away, and 96 houses were completely damaged. They were destroyed by the super cyclone. It was their fourth day at the center. They have been at the center for the fourth day. It was their fourth day. So far they had survived on green coconuts, but there were too few to go around such a tumult of people. So actually they survived on green coconuts. There was no way out. They had nothing to eat. It was a tough time for the people. It was the tough time for the victims of, they were the victims of super cyclone. And they were passing through a very tough time. Now Prashant played the role of a good leader. Look how Prashant, all of 19 years, decided to step in as leader of his village. If no one else did, what role did he play? What did he do there for the people, for the victims, for the widows, for the women, for the children, for the people who had suffered there? He organized a group of youths and elders to jointly pressurize the merchant once again to part with his rice. He formed a group. He organized a group of the youth of his village. And this group went to the merchant to pressurize him to give rice to the people. He led the group. Prashant led the group. Ultimately, the merchant, the shopkeeper, had to give rice to the people, to the sufferers, to the victims. This time, the delegation succeeded and returned triumphantly, wading through the receding waters with food for the entire shelter. Now there was food for the entire shelter. There was food for all. Everybody was happy, but the bad time has not passed yet. They were still struggling a lot for their survival. No one cared that the rice was already rotting. Branches from fallen trees were gathered to light a reluctant and slow fire. They made fire by the twigs of the tree on which to cook the rice. For the first time in 4 days, the survivors at the cyclone shelter were able to fill their bellies. For the first time in the 4 days, they filled their bellies. They ate something. They ate their food. They cooked food and they ate it. They cooked rice which they got from the merchant. His next task was to organize a team of youth volunteers to clean the shelter of filth, urine, vomit, and floating carcasses, and to tend to the wounds and fractures of the many who had been injured. He played the role of a leader. At first, he provided food to all the victims, to all the people. For the first time during the period of 4 days, for the first time they had food. Number two, he organized a group of youth. He organized a team of youth volunteers to clean the shelter, because there was urine all around, there was vomiting all around, there was floating dead bodies of animals. So he organized a group of youths to clean the shelter where they were living during super cyclone. So they cleaned dirtiness, urine, vomiting and floating carcasses, means floating dead bodies. Apart from this, they also cleaned the wounds and fractures of the injured people. So Prashant helped them a lot with the help of the volunteers, the youth volunteers. Now Prashant emerged as a leader. People had expectations from Prashant because Prashant helped them in the need of the hour. Prashant helped them for their survival. Prashant helped them in their critical situation. So they had lots of expectations from Prashant. On the fifth day, a military helicopter flew over the shelter and dropped some food parcels. On the fifth day of their stay, helicopter dropped food items for them, and then they got food. It then did not return. The youth task force gathered empty utensils. He told the children to tie empty utensils on their bellies, on their stomach, to give a message to the helicopter that they need food, that food is needed for them. So all these tasks were done under the guidance of Prashant. So the youth task force gathered empty utensils from the shelter, and then they deputed the children to lie in the sand. The children were asked to lie in the sand left by the waters around. The shelter with these utensils on their stomachs, all the children were asked to lie down on the sand with the utensils tied around their stomach. To communicate to the passing helicopters that they were hungry. So the children were asked to lie on sand and to tie empty utensils to their bellies, to their stomachs, just to give a message to the helicopters, to the passing helicopters, that they are hungry and they need food. And then passing helicopters dropped food parcels for them. The message got through, and after that the helicopter made regular rounds of the shelter. Then the helicopters started making regular round of the shelter and airdropping food and other basic needs were provided to them. Prashant found that a large number of children had been orphaned because they had lost their mothers, they had lost their parents. He brought them together and put up a polythene sheet shelter for them. Women were mobilized to look after them. All the women were mobilized, they were motivated to look after the orphan children, while the men secured food and materials for the shelter. As the weeks passed, Prashant was quick to recognize that the women and children were sinking deeper and deeper in their grief. The time passed away, and with the passage of time, Prashant realized that the children and women are sinking in deeper and deeper grief. They are getting depressed day by day because most of the women had lost their children and most of the children had lost their mothers. So both the women and the children were in deep grief. They were in great distress. They were very sad. And Prashant realized it. So he persuaded the women to start working in the Food for Work program started by an NGO. So Prashant convinced the women to start working in the Food for Work program, and which was started by an NGO. And for the children, he organized a sports event. So he wanted to divert the attention of the children. He wanted to keep the children happy because since the children had lost their mothers, they had lost their parents. So Prashant, he organized sports events in the shelter. He himself loved to play cricket, and so he organized cricket matches for children. Prashant engaged some other volunteers in helping the widows and children to pick up the broken pieces of their lives. The initial government plan was to set up institutions for orphans and widows. However, this step was successfully resisted as it was felt that in such institutions, children would grow up without love and widows would suffer from stigma and loneliness. Though the government had a plan to set up institutions for the children, for the widows, but Prashant resisted it. Though this was very good, but Prashant was of the opinion that if the children are kept in the institutions without their mothers, because they had lost their mothers, who will take care of them? Who will give them motherly love? So in this way, and the same thing was with the women also. Women were without children, so women needed children and children needed women as mothers. So because they had lost their children, so they were suffering from loneliness. So Prashant's group believed orphans should be resettled in their own community itself, possibly in new foster families made up of childless widows and children without adult care. So the women who had lost their children were convinced to take care of the orphan children. So it is 6 months after the devastation of the super cyclone. This time Prashant's wounded spirit has healed simply because he had no time to bother about his own pain. His handsome youthful face is what the widows and orphan children of his village seek out most in the darkest hour of grief. Prashant was depressed. Prashant had realized the pain and suffering of the people. Now the people had lots of expectations from Prashant. Prashant worked for their safety. Prashant really worked hard for their survival with the help of his volunteers. So Prashant emerged as a leader who helped them in the time of need. Dear students, that was the dark time, that was the darkest time, that was the darkest phase of their life. But a young boy full of energy and enthusiasm, a young boy like Prashant, full of energy and enthusiasm, came forward, organized his group of volunteers to help them out, to provide shelter to them, to provide safety to them, and he really worked hard for their survival. So this was a tough time, and Prashant stood by them in their distress, in their difficulties, in their bad phase of their life. So with this lesson comes to its end. Dear students, nobody knows what is going to happen within a fraction of a moment, but if we come across, or if we come across any problem, any difficulty, we should not lose our patience. We have to have courage, we have to have patience, and by dint of patience and courage, we can overcome all the problems, because nothing is permanent in this life. So thank you very much. This is all for today, and this lesson is over now. Thank you very much, dear students.